I wanted to make this video as a response to Maronzio Vance. He made a video in this Thanksgiving week of November 2023. It's called A Quiet Place. His page is also Maronzio Vance. This is the first time I've ever seen anything of his, but he's a comedian, so I'm definitely going to be looking into more of his stuff after watching this video. Um, So he had a video and it was called A Quiet Place. And he was asking, where do you go when you need peace or when you need, quiet? And he was asking people to respond. And so I thought, why not make a video? He asked, where do you go to be quiet? And I feel like this has always been a struggle of mine. I feel like in part, I feel alone all the time. I feel like one of the biggest struggles I've had throughout my whole life has been loneliness, and not just loneliness because like I don't have any friends or something like that, but beyond that, it's just being around a lot of people and still just feeling extremely alone. Excuse me. Um, I have gotten really comfortable with being alone where I am with no sound or with no music, but I'm not necessarily feeling peace in that moment. And I think that was something that you touched upon that I thought was interesting. It was like, not so much like where do I go to be alone, but where can I go to be quiet? Where can I go to find peace? And I feel like that's a hard one because I feel like if there is something within you that is causing a disturbance, whether like, oh, I need to do this or I need to complete this other thing, or I have these hopes and dreams for myself, which is something he explains in the video. It is a 23-ish minute long video, but I think it's great. Like if you listen to it while, if you can't like sit down and just listen to it, do something. Listen to the video while you're washing some dishes or cleaning or cooking or prepping or anything like that. I think I really liked the things that he was pointing out. And he asked, do you have to fight for peace? And I really think you do. I think, a lot of people will say like peace is a privilege and blah 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 blah, but then like people with a lot of money, those people don't have peace, or they don't feel like they have peace because they're worried about uh this stream of income, even if that were to fall off, they would literally be fine. But it is this constant worry. It's like a state of worry that we choose as humans to kind of like indulge in. Part of it I think is survival. Like it definitely helps us, right? We get like farther along because if we're like, oh, we're not doing good enough, and then we actually do something to become good enough, then that will kind of like push us there. But I think it's a fight. I think it's a fight to have peace because I think that at any turn in this world, like you can become distracted and you can feel numb and just do like the scrolling and the watching and the consuming, but you're not actually creating any actual peace for you. You're just creating a numbness. And so, real peace is something you have to fight for, is something you have to choose every day to do, every day to try to find, if not for a moment, for an hour or something. But sometimes all we get is that 5 minutes of 1 minute of pure peace. And sometimes for me, a quiet place is like, has always been hard for me. I even moved to like a small town where there is nothing going on. And even there, I cannot find peace, even though I can go to a place that's completely quiet. Um, I think the harder part is I'm someone who is like constantly analyzing myself and checking in with myself. And he seems to do the same. I have a feeling other people do it too, but most people don't. And I think when you're the kind of person who's self-analyzing all the time, it's like the self-actualization can kind of kill your peace because you can feel that you aren't achieving what it is that you need to achieve or getting yourself to the goal that you need to get to. Give me 1 second. I'm going to stop.